some things different here on the channel. And so one of those things is to help you. I want to help you. I can hear y'all saying, "Fran, I am not." Hey, beautiful ones. Fran here, back with another video. So, before we go any further, you guys know the drill. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. My intention this year is to have over 100,000 Fran Fams members. Help me do that, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. Let's light the world together. Alright, so I told you guys at the beginning of 2020 that we were going to do some things different here on the channel. And so one of those things is to help you. I want to help you. I want to help you live your best and grandest life, which I've been saying to you guys forever. And I think you guys know that and you get that now. But I'm going to tell you guys a little something about me that you probably don't know, but now you're going to know, right? In my former life, I worked in credit and collections. Yes. I worked in credit and collections. Oh my gosh. For many years, for a very prominent credit card company. And by doing that, I learned some things. Now, at that point, I didn't learn enough to keep me out of debt, but I learned enough to help me solve some of my debt problems and some of my credit issues. And I want to help you guys do the same thing. Now, I know you guys are kind of like, Fran, what's this got to do with manifesting and creating? Come on, get to the good stuff. Let me tell you something. Having good credit is an asset. It's an asset that you need today in this world. Cash is king, but credit is capital. You gotta have some good credit. And in order to manifest and be a good steward over your money, which is what we want to do, is be a good steward over the money that we manifest. And we want to be able to take care of the things that God blesses us with, right? And the way to do that is you've got to start adulting. You got to start adulting, and you've got to take care of your credit. A lot of people use credit repair services. I'm not a big fan of credit repair services. I have one lady that I know that does credit repair services, and I've seen her work, so I know it works. But you can also do those things yourself without paying someone else to do it. And if you don't have the money to pay someone, these are some tips that you want to stay tuned for and use because they work. Now, when I was going through my whole drama with clearing the debt, you know, I've been very transparent with you guys about a lot of my life and about how when I was going through my transition and getting reestablished, how hard it was for me to do that, and how I prayed and I manifested some really great business opportunities and manifested some great money and some windfalls of money that I didn't even have any physical idea was coming in my direction. But by doing that, I had made the promise not only to God but to myself that when I was given the things that I was asking for, I would be a good steward with those things. Adulting. And so I began to, keep notes, write down things, but I began to go back through some of the things that I had learned when I was a corporate babe in corporate America and apply those things to my life, and they also helped me with my credit. And I want to do the same thing for you. So, a lot of you will email me and tell me about your debt. You'll tell me about your debt load. You tell me about things you have to pay. Some of you want to buy a house, etc., etc. The first thing that you have to do is get your vision clear. Don't be all over the place. I think I want to buy a house. No, I really don't want to buy a house. I want to buy a car. No, God, just give me this money. No, just give me lots of money and I'll do that. You got to have some sort of intention set. So, the very first thing that you need to do when you are reestablishing and getting yourself together, because you will manifest this money and it will come, but if you're not a good steward over it, unfortunately, it is going to slip through your fingers, and you don't want that. You want to have sustainable wealth. You want to have sustainable wealth. And in order to do that, you have to be a good steward over what you're given. So, the very first thing you need to do is know where you are credit-wise. You can get a free credit bureau from all 3 credit unions for free. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Those are the 3 major credit bureaus. Get that bureau. Let me tell you, it might be some ugly stuff on there. It might be some ugly stuff on there. You could have student loans. You could have financial aid. You could have credit card debt from 10 years. Let me tell you why you need to have that credit bureau report. Because nothing should be on your bureau that is more than 7 years old. You cannot conquer things by avoiding them. You cannot conquer things by avoiding them. So a lot of us do not pull our credit bureaus because we don't want to know what's on there. All we know is we got bad debt. But I'm here to tell you that sometimes pulling that bureau is not as bad as you think. You've got to be armed with information so that you know how to handle what you have going forward. Once you get your credit bureau reports, you can order your FICO score, or you don't have to. Your FICO score is a score that tells you where you rank credit-wise in the eyes of the credit bureau. Now, let me say this. It goes from like 300 to 880 something. 300 to 600 is always going to be poor. Poor and fair. Don't get your panties in a bunch about that. 500, 600, not that bad. Even 300 is not that bad. Nothing is so bad that you can't deal with it once you know what it is. You have to know where you're at. So you need to pull your credit bureau and you need to order your score. Most times you get the free credit bureau, but you have to pay for your score unless you have a credit card company or a credit union that supplies you your FICO score. All right. Once you get, now let me tell you, we're taking baby steps here. We're probably going to do more of this if you guys like it. If you don't, we'll can it. If you love it, we'll keep going with it. All right. Once you get your bureau, you need to see what is on there, what is accurate and what is not accurate. Now, sometimes things are thrown on your bureau and you don't know anything about it. You could have an old light bill, an old gas bill, an old water bill. You could have co-signed for somebody years ago, and those things could be showing up derogatory on your bureau. Start with those things. If you see something that does not belong to you, highlight it, check it. I write it down in my journal. I have my journal here. You guys know my I Desire What I Deserve journal. Oh, by the way, they're back in stock. If you want to get them, limited supply. They'll be gone soon. But I write down things that don't belong to me in my journal, so that even though I have my credit bureau report, when I call them or when I write them a letter, I have everything highlighted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can go down the list. Not mine, not mine, didn't co-sign for this, don't know what the heck this is, don't know why it's on there. It's past 7 years. Nothing should be reporting on your bureau negatively past 7 years. A lot of people don't know that. So you can call the bureaus and you can dispute that information. And simply disputing it means saying, this is not mine. This is not mine. If there are addresses that are on there, clean those addresses up. Actually, you just really need to have your current address, your current phone number, your current employer, and your employer's current phone number if you choose to put that on there. You can have them take all of that other stuff off. You want your bureau to look as neat and clean as possible, especially if you maybe are applying for a home or you're applying to rent someplace. You don't want a whole bunch of addresses on your bureau. When they do pull it, they be like, you don't never stay nowhere. You got about 50 addresses here. You can clean that up and dispute those addresses. A lot of people don't know that. Now, you want to take a bureau at a time. I never did all 3 bureaus at one time. I did Equifax, I did TransUnion, and then I did Experian. What will happen is between 30 to 60 days, sometimes 90, depends, they will send you a letter and an updated credit bureau that says this was removed, this information was changed, blah, 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 blah. Once you get that information, that's when you want to start your letter writing process. If you know that there are things on your bureau that don't belong to you, you want to write a letter, and in that letter, you want to say, I need verification of this debt. A lot of people don't know that either. When you are disputing something, it stays in dispute status. So if you know something's not yours, or if something didn't belong to you, someone used your information, you need to tell that credit card company or that collection agency, I want verification of this debt. And they have to send it to you. Also, if you were in college and you have student loans, if you're paying on those student loans, and they will make such amazing arrangements with you. You can pay $20 a month if that's all you have. By paying that, it shows that you're paying your student loans, and it increases your credit score. Boom. Bet you didn't know that either. Alright, let me go to my notes here, y'all. By the way, thanks Cindy for sending me these little hustle bookmarks. They're so cute. Thank you. Alright, so what you want to do is you also want to stay current on your current bills. If you have credit cards now, whether they're secured cards or unsecured cards, you want to stay current on your current credit cards. Also, if you don't have any good debt on your credit bureau, you want to have some good debt. I always tell people to join a credit union. I love my credit unions. They have helped me amazingly. And I'm working on something with my credit unions to help you guys, but that's still in the works. However, join your local credit union. Credit unions are amazing for helping you build and rebuild your credit. If you don't have anything on your credit that is good, you are going to have to get a secured card. Now, you guys are probably saying, Fran, girl, didn't I tell you I don't have no money? Here's the thing. Getting a secured credit card, number one, is your own money. Number two, you can get a secured credit card for as low as $200, which you could take $200 out of your paycheck, and you could get the card and you could use it to pay your bills and then pay it every month. Every card that you have, you want to pay on time, and you want to pay for at least 6 months straight before you pay it off. So if you get a $200, say you get a $200 secured card, you want to use that card for 6 months at least, right? And then you can pay that $200 off. You have 6 months of good credit history. Don't close it though. Don't go through your credit bureau and look at stuff that is showing in good standing but it's paid off and close them. Closing your credit cards that are in good standings or your loans that are paid off or in good standings negatively impacts your credit bureau and your credit score. Just so you guys know that. Alright. You want to keep a list. Keep a list of what you dispute. Keep a list of what they told you. Keep a list of who you talked to on what date. You cannot go back to loan companies, lenders, banks and say, I called you 2 weeks ago and this lady said they was going to take that off my credit. Because they're going to say, who said that? Who told you that? Get your books out. Write it down. Keep a list. On this day, I called and spoke to Jane. Jane said that they were going to reduce the debt because they don't owe that much, and to give it 30 days. 30 days you go back and you pull your bureau again, or you call and it's not updated. You need to be calling Jane back. Alright, here's another thing. It is really, really important, if you are paying your light bill, gas bill, and water bill on time. Experian has this program called Boost My Credit. If you link your bank account to Experian, the bank account that you're paying your bills from, it will increase your credit score. Now, I can hear y'all saying, "Fran, I am not increasing my credit score because I owe this person this, and I owe this person that, and I owe this person this." I get it. However, the credit bureaus will not go into your account and take money from you, nor will they disclose your bank account to a creditor. They can't do that. It's illegal. But it will help to boost your score. Another thing that's really important when you are trying to clear your credit, boost your score, and do it yourself, is to have an attitude of gratitude for your debts. Don't kill me, y'all. I can hear y'all saying, "This woman has lost her mind." Really, you want to be grateful for everything that you have, because you're saying, "I am thankful for my home, and I'm thankful for this opportunity to take care of my home and be a good steward over my money." Not, "I'm thankful for this debt. I'm thankful for this debt, Lord. Oh, I'm so thankful for this debt." You got fooling with that. God knows you're not thankful for the debt. You don't even want to give thanks for the debt. You want to give thanks for the fact that you have this debt because you have a beautiful home. Thank you for that. So you guys kind of get that, right? Being thankful in all things. But you also want to be thankful that the debt is paid. Last thing we're going to talk about is getting settlements on things that are delinquent or past due. After you dispute something on your bureau, if they return it that you owe it, and you know that you owe it, if it's not something you're going to write a letter about asking for a validation on the debt, then you call that company and you say, "Okay, this debt is 4 years old. I would love to have a settlement on this debt." Most companies will give you a settlement on the debt because they simply want to get that off their book as a bad debt. Now, a lot of them will start really high, like 80%. Sometimes they'll start as high as, they'll say 80%, 65%. You need to try to get your debt settled, especially if they are 4 to 6 years old, at 50%. And you want to tell them you need payments. Most of the time selling the debt, they will give you 3 payments. If you need 4 or 5 payments, ask for that. But the longer you need to pay, the higher the settlement is probably going to be. But once you get a settlement and you start making those payments, they cannot change that on you. But listen to me, and listen to me good. If a company agrees to do a settlement with you, get it in writing. Have them send it to you in writing. And every money order, every check, every payment you send to them, you say in the memo section, "This is a payment toward my settlement of." Boom. Therefore, when they cash that check, they have acknowledged that this is a settlement. When they cash that money order, they have acknowledged that this is a settlement. But get a letter, have a file designated "My Credit Life." Keep it and make sure that you are diligent and doing your due diligence about clearing up your debt. You want to do that because when you get when you get your new overflowing abundance, you want to know how to take care of that. You want to know where to put it. You want to know what to do. The goal is to become debt free. But in this society, you have to have one credit card and you have to have a debit card. You need those two things, but that's all you need. You don't need 50 or 60 cards. You don't need 50 or 60 debit cards. My father used to tell us all the time, if you cannot afford to pay cash for it, if you cannot afford to buy 2 of them, you cannot afford to buy it. Does not mean that you will never be able to afford to buy it. But it means that you want to be divinely aligned and you want to be straight in every aspect of your life. You don't want to owe anybody anything. And you want to be able, if you choose to, go to a bank and get a mortgage. Go get an American Express card. Go get whatever it is you desire. Doesn't mean you should go run up all the credit after you clear it up. That's not what this means. What it means is you want to be divinely aligned for what you're calling into your life, and you want to signal the universe, you want to signal your angels and your heavenly staff that you are ready and that you will take care of what is given. The biggest thing that we could do when we are trying to reestablish and get ourselves in position is to be in denial about where we are. You have to deal with where you are so you can get to where you want to be. Alright, remember to jump over on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, Pinterest. Everywhere that I am on social media is very, very good stuff and tips that you can use. Just follow me on social media. Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. All things at Angels with Fran. You should be in this corner right now. Also, as you can see, my lovely candles burning behind me. These candles are so amazing and they smell so good. We are sold out of our Vision 2020 candles, but we restock our store every Wednesday. So come back on Wednesday. I restock at noon. So they sell out pretty quick, you guys. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for watching. If you want to do more of these Your Money Matters videos and how to get aligned with what you're calling in and be a good steward over it, drop me an email at AskDrFran on my website or teamangelswithfran.org and let me know what you think. Make sure you leave a comment. Send me some love, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.